Hey everyone, I wanted to jump on real quick and ask for help. My loved ones call me Nima. Thank you so much for being here. I recently had a friend lose her husband. He passed in his sleep. He was in his 30s, so a young couple. And I was trying to research how to help her, like unique grief tips, to help her. And what kept coming up was things like write them a letter or talk to them as if they're still here. Now, I knew that was not biblically sound from what I've been studying in the Bible. So I took some notes. I'm going to read those to you right now. But if you have any advice on how to deal with such a loss, deal with the loss of a spouse, I can't even imagine that pain. So it's hard, but I want to have compassion when I speak with her. So I looked these up, and it sounds comforting, write them a letter or talk to them as if they're still here, but that's not what we want to do. So I wrote some notes. The tips that I found were not biblically sound. Scripture clearly warns against us trying to communicate with the dead. That's Deuteronomy 18:10 and Isaiah 8:19. God's guidance is not meant to limit love. It protects our hearts from spiritual deception and unhealthy attachments. And in doing those things, it opens the door to the enemy. We do not want to do that. Anytime you do something you're not guided to do from the Lord, it opens the door to the enemy, and he's already got enough open doors. So I found 5 ways to walk through grief in a biblical way. Okay, so number 1, write your feelings out to the Lord. Instead of writing to the loved one, you can pour out your heart to the Lord. He hears you. Tell him what hurts, what you miss, what you're thankful for. Psalms 62:8 tells us that. Number 2, create a weekly moment of gratitude. Light a candle, take a quiet walk. Remember one memory that brought you gratitude. Let that gratitude gently transform the grief. Number 3, carry their legacy, not their absence. Live out lessons that they taught. Kindness, courage, faith as a way to honor them and to glorify the Lord. Number 4, let worship be your tears, meaning when words fail, let music and worship carry you through the sorrow and prayer. Worship reminds the heart that God is near to the brokenhearted. We're told that in Psalm 34:18. And number 5, invite God to redeem the empty spaces. Grief leaves huge gaps, but those spaces are exactly where God grows strength, compassion, and purpose, which is 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. Healing does not mean we forget, so we don't want to forget. I can't understand what it would be like to lose a spouse, but I did lose an infant, and that's another horrible thing. And I leaned on the Lord in Scripture for that. So please let me know, comment, subscribe, help me to find ways to help her deal with grief in such a struggle. Let me know how I can help. Thank you so much for watching.